My name is AG. Welcome to Galaxy, and today we are back with another Galaxy Gauge. And today's Galaxy Gauge is on Her Loss, the new collab album with 21 Savage and Drake. Drake just recently dropped an album called Honestly Nevermind. I never listened to it. Mind you, I never listened to Honestly Nevermind, and I only listened to bits and pieces of what was that, Certified Lover Boy. I wouldn't consider myself a Drake stan or by any means, but I do like Drake. I do, not to be cliche, but I do more vibe with his older songs. Like his favorite album in my personal opinion, is Views in 2016, because that's one of the Drake albums that I actually had a lot of time with and spent a lot of time listening to, because every song on there, in my opinion, was very, very good. Drake has reached a point in his career to where like he's so high that anything that he puts out that isn't a automatic hit, he's criticized for it, which kind of sucks when you reach that level, because you're so popular and you've been number one for such a long time that people are gonna find any way to critique you. Now, I am in no means am I a musical critic or anything like that. This is just from a fan point of view and a music listener's point of view. I listened to this not at midnight because I don't got time for that, but I waited the next day, yesterday. That's why I'm uploading today, because I wanted to make sure I got a full 2 listen throughs to make sure I got everything I needed to make this video. But yes, yesterday when I was driving, I was listening to it, and it really drew me in immediately. Starting off with Rich Flex. It comes in more of like a slow, low pace type song, and then as soon as that beat hits, Drake is here to show you that he's not messing around. He's basically, I know this was more of a fun album for him in 21 to collab on, but I feel like this was also an album to shut up everyone that ever said anything about what he's been putting out recently, because it's been a lot of criticism, and Drake has heard it. Drake hears everything, and I loved the opening intro to this song. Now, 21 Savage, I want to say this. 21 Savage, I don't know if this man ever misses or if he ever runs out of rhymes and bars and anything that he can create to just make the most insane words to put together in the most insane wordplay. Like, 21 Savage is one of my favorites nowadays. I don't listen to too many new rappers, but 21 Savage is one of and he's not even considered new. He's been around for quite a while, but as far as like new era, new age rappers, 21 Savage is up there, and 21 Savage has potential to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. Like, I just wish he pushed out more albums. Like, oh man, 21 Savage is so good, and on this entire album, he just shreds. Like, he comes in, and like, even if he's rapping about the same thing he is in the song prior, or maybe just with the same style or theme, he comes in and it sounds like he's rapping about a completely different thing, because of the way he puts stuff together. Like, even subtle bars, like I forgot what the song is, but when he hits him with the when I show up to the club, I don't show ID because they know that I'm 21. Like, that's just small shit like that just makes you stand back and like, wow, like, this shit is so easy for 21 Savage. He just doesn't even think about it. His flow is so incredible. I want to give 21 his flowers while he's here, because that man is so good, and I know a lot of people respect his lyricism and his rap, obviously, and what he's put out. But man, I just want to hand him his flowers, because 21 is just one of the greatest artists like that I've ever heard. A few songs that I wanted to point out, because I thought Drake was really going back and resonating with what made him him. Drake came out in a time where he was not really going for what every other rapper was going for. Like, Drake is more of a quote unquote rapper singer, or singer rapper, whatever, he calls himself that. But his melodic tones and, like the way he strings his words together is something that, I feel like has missed in some of his recent songs that I've listened to. More going for a gritty and like, I wouldn't say drill rap, but I'd say more gangster rap in a sense, because I feel like he sees that's what's popping nowadays. And this album, he really just toned it back and went back to his roots. And that's what I love to hear from Drake. Some songs that I heard OG Drake in was Major Distribution, Middle of the Ocean, Hours in Silence, Spin About You. Like, those I'm listening to and I'm like, I feel like these could have been on an album back in the day. Like, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Take Care, all those old albums that everyone loves. I feel like either he might have had these in the back burner and just like re-recorded these or what, but I don't know. Like, these songs were really good, and I love like that soft Drake, him singing and then throwing rap in there too. I feel like this was like the perfect combination of him trying to mix, that hardcore. Well, he doesn't really rap hardcore, but more of that, I'm hard aspect of his rap style mixed with his melodic type songs, and people love that from Drake. Like I said, I never listened to Honestly Nevermind, and I didn't really listen to too much of Certified Lover Boy because I didn't like any of the hit songs that were on that album. So I listened to like the first couple songs on that album and I just turned it off. I'm like, I can't listen to this. Like, it was not good to me. But this, like, it automatically grabs you in. And I gotta give it to 21 because 21 was most of the draw and most of the reason I listened to this album. Because although I do love Drake, Drake is one of the greatest rappers of all time and debatable the GOAT of rapping because of just how long he's been popping and how many number ones this man has. You have to respect what he's put out into the rap game. But at the same time, when you get Drake, you know what you're getting with it. Like, it's like a vanilla cake. You know what's inside of it. You know it's gonna taste good. That sounds. Why do I gotta say the most? Anyways, you know what Drake is coming with when he's rapping, but he's been missing the mark to some of the fans, and this was like 21 literally was the draw, and then Drake comes at you and is like, oh, y'all came for 21, now you're staying for Drake. Basically, that's the vibe I came from. And I know all over Twitter, it's like this album was 21% Savage and 81% Drake or whatever what it was. But it's true. You had the songs where like mostly it was just Drake, and then you see 21 Savage like fucking sneaking from behind and just popping out at you, and it's like, oh, it's my turn, here I come. And I feel like that was a good way to do it, but at the same time, this is a collab album, so everyone has their right to feel some type of way about 21. Like, he wasn't barely in the album, but just like sneakily being in the album. I really would love for them to make a part 2 of this album or something, man. I just need more 21 content. Like, I'll drop some of my favorites. Rich Flex, Major Distribution on BS, 3 a.m. on Glenwood, and Circo Loco. Circo Loco, I don't know if that was the song. I saw people saying that he sampled Daft Punk. I don't know if that was the song, but that song was very good in terms of like a upbeat, like just pushing through the beat and using just riding on the beat. And I love that from Drake because when he pushes that tempo and it's like sort of like a club style, like that is I think that's where he thrives the most, and not just trying to force it for radio play and just trying to get hits off of it. I really feel like he cared for this album and not really trying to just make it popular. He's dropping bars in this album. Like, one of them that I can just think of on the top of my head, it was like, if I get on it, this isn't word for word, but he said it something along the lines of like, if I get on your song, a label gonna think they need you or need to sign you. Like, and it's true. Like, anytime Drake hops on a song, that person becomes so much more popular, and that is literally evidence to his song with his OVO artist. I think his name is Smiley, some shit. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. And Drake just like got on it and then just shredded it, and everyone thought that he needed to be signed, but he was already signed by OVO, but he's ass. And yeah, and then what is another bar I can think that he dropped in there? He was like, no, there was a bar that 21 dropped. He was like I said, I'm just spitballing from what he said, but it was something along the lines of, whenever I die, you're gonna write my name in the cement, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm so legendary, write my name in the cement. You gotta watch out when you get rich. These girls will like play with your semen, basically like saying, you get it, basically saying that, you know, referring to Drake whenever he's rich as fuck, and then he had the whole hot sauce condom thing where a girl's trying to sue him because he tried to take the condom out the fucking trash can and he put hot sauce in it. She poured it inside of herself and was fucking burning and shit. Like, man, that bar was so good, and it's just so many good bars. I'm trying to think of that one that Drake said that really had me feeling. Oh yeah, it's not like a crazy bar or anything, but it was just like, oh wow, that's nice. He's like, the way that I ran, you would think I'm Iranian. Like, I know it's just stupid shit, but like the corny type, like little subtle, like, oh wow, that was funny the way he said, like that shit, like that just always just I just love like simple bars like that. But he has a lot of good lyricism in this album. Like, he's rapping. Like, people on fucking Twitter were all saying he's rapping. Yes, Drake is rapping in this album. That's pretty much all I gotta say about it. I just really enjoyed this album. I think Drake did a wonderful job with it. I really think that he, you know, showed people that, hey, I still got it. Don't write me off, man. Like, I know, you know, these other two albums y'all didn't like too much, but I'm gonna come and I'm gonna show you what I'm, you know, made of. And I love that from Drake. Whenever he's hungry, you know, came out and he showed out. He definitely showed out. Album of the year? No. People were saying that shit, talking about, oh, this is album of the year, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. Not even 21 can make this album of the year. I'm sorry. I love 21, but no. Kendrick has album of the year. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who says what. That is a story album. This album was good as fuck, but it didn't, you know what I'm saying, I don't think it hold a candle to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Not to put two kings against each other, you know what I'm saying, or three kings against each other, because they're all three kings, and they're both great albums. No, but I just had to put that out there because people are saying album of the year. Nah, chill out. It was very good, but not album of the year. I'm going to plug this into the Galaxy gauge, and I will give this 9 out of 10 Galaxies. The only thing I didn't like was just 21's, you know, not being on there as much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Good.